Good morning children, this is Maruthi. Today I am going to explain about the internal structure of Earth. In this class we will discuss about how the internal structure of the Earth was formed, or how many types the internal structure of the Earth was divided, and what are the different types of materials which are composed by the internal structure of the Earth. Okay. Now, once again, if you see the formation of the external layer of the Earth, in the previous class, we have discussed about how the external layer of the Earth was formed. How the external layer of the Earth was formed. Once again, remember the process. Okay. For example, if you see the boiling milk. If you see the boiling milk, suppose if you keep the boiled milk for some time, suppose if you have boiled milk, suppose if you keep them for 20 minutes or 30 minutes aside them, after you can observe after 20 minutes or half an hour, you can observe the layer was formed, the thin layer was formed on the surface of the milk. The thin layer of the cream was formed on the surface of the milk. Like that process, the formation of the upper layer, is like the boiling milk. Like that process, the formation of upper layer formed on the Earth. In the previous class, we have discussed about this. And coming to the internal structure of Earth. The internal structure of Earth. Okay, the internal structure. Here, the entire internal Earth is divided into three parts or three layers. The internal structure of the Earth is divided into three layers. The first one is crust, and the second one is mantle. This portion is mantle. This portion is called as mantle, and if you see the entire region, this entire region is called core. Again, this core part is divided into two parts. This is external core. And this inner part is called inner core. These are the different types of divisions which we can observe in the internal structure of the Earth. Now, the entire distance from the surface of the Earth to the center of the Earth is about over 6,000 kilometers. This is about 6,000 kilometers. If you see from the surface of the Earth, to the center of the Earth, if you go deep into the Earth, the center of the Earth is far away from the 6,000 kilometers far away from the surface of the Earth. Over 6,000 kilometers, not only 6,000 kilometers. It is exactly 6,376 kilometers. It is exactly 6,370 kilometers. Okay, the shape of our Earth is sphere. The shape of our Earth is spherical shape. That's why this entire distance is called the radius of the Earth. Okay, this 6,376 kilometers is called as the radius of Earth. The radius of Earth is 6,376 kilometers. Okay. Now coming to the different layers. The entire Earth mass is divided into three layers. The entire Earth is divided into three layers. Now coming to the first layer. First layer, crust. First one, crust. Okay. Crust is extended from 30 kilometers to 100 kilometers. 30 to 100 kilometers. Crust is extending from the thickness of the crust is from 30 kilometers to 100 kilometers. This is the thickness of the the surface of the Earth is 30 to 100 kilometers, and this crust is the land which we are living on this path. The land which we are living on the Earth is crust. We are living on the part, or we are living on the layer that is crust. Okay, it is having various kinds of rocks. It is composed of various kinds of rocks. It is having different types of rocks, mountains. These are the mountains and plateaus. These are the different types of rocks the crust is having. Okay, if you see the second one, the mantle. Okay, mantle is extending from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers. Okay, the thickness of the mantle is extending from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers. If you go into the Earth, the thickness of the mantle is about 100 to 2,900 kilometers, and if you see, the mantle is composed of chemicals. The mantle is composed of chemicals called silicates. The mantle is composed of chemicals, they are called silicates. The very second layer, among the three layers, the mantle is varies from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers, and it is having the chemicals called silicates. Now coming to the third layer of the Earth. The third layer of the Earth is divided into two parts. First one is inner core, and the second one is outer core and inner core. Okay, these are the sub parts which we can see in the core. Okay, this core part is extending from 2,900 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers. This entire core region is extending between 2,900 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers. Suppose if you see the outer core part, this is extending between 2,900 kilometers to 5,100 kilometers. This is the range of outer core, and coming to the inner core, it varies between 100 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers. This is the entire part of core. Okay, this outer core is composed of a liquid materials called iron and nickel. These are the materials which we can see in the part of outer core, and which are in the form of liquid materials. Now coming to inner core. Now coming to inner core. The inner core is having the dense and very heavy metals. The inner core is having very dense and very heavy substances like iron and gold. Iron and gold. These are the different types of materials, and this is the how the layers are varies from the top of the earth to the center of the earth. Now once again, the radius of earth is 6,376 kilometers, and the entire earth landmass is divided into three parts. That is, the first one is crust. The crust means the layer which we living on the land, that is crust. It is having the thickness of 30 kilometers to 100 kilometers. It is having the various kinds of rocks. Now coming to the second part, among these three parts, the second part is the mantle. Okay, the mantle is extending from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers. It is having the chemicals. It is completely composed of chemicals called silicates. It is completely composed of chemicals. They are called silicates, and it is very flexible. Very flexible. That's why the crust part is which floats on the mantle. The crust floats on the mantle. Now coming to the third part, core. Core is extending between 2,900 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers, and this entire core region is divided into outer core and inner core. The outer core is extending between 2,900 kilometers to 5,100 kilometers. It is having the liquid type materials. It is having the liquid materials. They are in the form of liquid materials. They are called iron and nickel, which we can see. The iron and nickel, which we can see in this outer core, in the form of liquid. In the form of liquid, we can observe. Okay. Now coming to the inner core. This is the deepest part of the earth, and it varies from 5,100 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers, and it is having the heavy substances and heavy materials which are lying in the inner core, iron and gold. Okay. Suppose if you see, these are the three types of the layers. Now, in some parts of the crust, due to the volcanic eruption, the mantle liquid portion is shoots up and form the black soils or form the crust. It forms the crust. Once again, in some parts of the earth, the mantle portion, liquid portion is the shoots up, and it forms on the layers on the surface of the earth. Okay, in some parts of the crust, due to the earthquakes and due to the subduction and submerge, the crust part is submerged into the mantle, and it forms it is converted as the mantle. Okay, if you see this, the continuous process of crust is changing to mantle, and mantle is changing into crust. From this we can say, till now the earth is very active. Now, if you see the layers of the earth, the crust is about only 1% of this entire earth mass. Okay, only 1% of the portion is covered by crust. If you see the mantle, it is about to 16%. Mantle is occupies 16% among these three layers. The remaining 83% is composed or occupied by the core. This is the composition of percentage of the layers in the earth. The crust is about occupies 1%, mantle occupies only 16%, and the remaining part, the huge part, is occupied by the core region. This is the composition of Earth. And now let us assume that once again, if you see the example of, let us assume that this entire portion is an egg. Suppose if you see, let us assume that this entire portion is an egg. The thickness of the crust is the egg shell. Let us assume that this entire part is like an egg. Suppose if it is egg, the thickness of the crust is only eggshell. Okay. In this class, we have discussed about the internal structure of Earth and the different layers, and how the formation of Earth and mantle and the composition of Earth. Okay, hope you guys understand this lesson. Thank you, children.